When we see drones today, we tend to think of hobbyists or, cinematic travel videos. I've actually owned a couple of drones in the past, and they're fun to fly, even for a klutz like me. But in the military context, UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles have spent over a century evolving from simple radio-controlled targets into the sophisticated surveillance and combat tools we see on the nightly news. The core driver has always been the same, gathering intelligence or delivering strikes while keeping pilots out of the line of fire. It started earlier than most people realize. During World War I, the British and Americans were already testing aerial torpedoes, like the Kettering Bug. These flew autonomously via gyroscopes but arrived too late to see actual combat. The specific term drone didn't show up until the 1930s. It was inspired by the DH-82B Queen Bee, a radio-controlled target used by the British that made a distinct bee-like buzzing sound. By World War II, the technology split into two paths: mass-producing training targets like the radio plane OQ-2 and the more terrifying V-1 Buzzball. While the V-1 was technically a primitive cruise missile, it's often considered an early drone because of its pilotless, pulse jet-powered design used for psychological terror. The V came from the German word Vergeltungswaffen, meaning weapons of reprisal. It had a very distinctive engine sound and was nicknamed Doodlebug by the British. The V-1 bombing campaign started right after D-Day, and at its height, up to 100 V-1s fell every hour on London, England, day and night. Over an 80-day period, more than 6,000 people were killed, with over 17,000 injured, along with considerable damage to buildings and entire neighborhoods. The Cold War changed the stakes. After high-profile incidents with manned spy planes like the U-2, the military realized flying over hostile territory was becoming too risky. This led to the Vietnam-era's first large-scale reconnaissance deployments. The Ryan Firebee series, for instance, flew over 3,400 sorties providing real-time intelligence on troop movements and missile sites. By the end of this era, drones had shifted from disposable targets to reusable, life-saving assets. The 1990s brought GPS integration, which completely changed how drones navigated. This era gave us the MQ-1 Predator. Originally, it was a pure reconnaissance tool used in the Balkans. But in 2001, it was armed with Hellfire missiles, marking a massive shift from simple surveillance to the hunter-killer role. Suddenly, a single platform could find a target and neutralize it without calling in a separate airstrike. Today, the landscape has shifted again. We've seen a democratization of drone warfare. In conflicts like the Ukraine-Russian war, we see high-end platforms like the Bayraktar TB2 working alongside small commercial off-the-shelf drones like the DJI Mavic. As of 2026, the scale is staggering. Ukraine reports deploying over 1 million drones annually, ranging from small quadcopters for artillery spotting to FPV first-person view drones for precision strikes on armor. Even non-state actors now have access to so-called loitering munitions, essentially kamikaze drones that wait for a target to appear. Over 90 countries now use military drones, although only about a dozen currently arm them. As we peer into the future, the focus is shifting towards AI autonomy, hypersonic variants, and swarms. While these tools reduce human casualties on one side, they continue to raise significant ethical questions about the escalation of warfare. Seems like we can always find new and innovative ways to kill each other, doesn't it? Hey, if you got something out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And remember, be excellent to each other.